He's so violent, he likes to kill people.
Kill people like he's done this in the past?
He said he likes to kill people.
Get ready for another bone-chilling interrogation. Meet Victoria Rios, an underage teen who was part of a brutal murder where a man was stabbed in the neck and shot multiple times in the face. She was also part of a 2-month-long crime spree in Kissimmee, Florida, which led to multiple murders and shooting in the local area. This is her confession.
And I'm on the back end of this, and I apologize, and I'm sure you probably already discussed this with the detective and about 20 others before her. I'm one of the lead guys on the investigation, and I'm just going to fill the holes in for me. And again, this may be repetitive, and I apologize. I've been listening to Konrad, and
may I ask you this? Like, what does he think?
Well, that's why I'm in here with you, because he's talking quite a bit.
You know what he's saying?
Well, I can't give you my cards, Victoria, and that's why I need to come here and talk to you of what you really know. Because here's what I do know. The stuff that you told me is partially true. I know that. But some parts aren't 100% true. And I know this because we're speaking with Konrad now. And we got Juan, too. And we got Dave as well. So I'm asking you, please, understand, we're not coming at you as a bad guy. We're coming at you as, please help out here. Because you know Eric as your friend. Have you met his mom and dad? No? Okay. Do you care for Eric at one point or another? Were you friends with Eric?
No.
Okay. I would assume that you would want to help us try to figure out who did this to Eric. And I think you have more information than you're letting on. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm begging you, for the love of God, please help me, help Eric and his family, because they just buried their son, and we're nowhere closer than we were when he was killed on July 4th. What does Konrad, any of these guys, what do they have to do with it? And why is Konrad telling me different? What do you know?
When you said earlier that you didn't want to talk about Eric, why? Don't you want to talk about him? Why is it so difficult? And it's okay to cry, because they've put you in a tough position, and you can do it, and I know that you're strong enough to tell us.
Can I just ask you one thing?
Of course.
Is it the one?
Yes.
And does he want to see me, or is he against me?
It depends. I'll be honest with you, it depends. He's here, along with the other two boys. He's just not very happy right now, as you can imagine.
But he doesn't want to see me as bad as I want to see me.
No, I didn't say that. I'm not saying that. That's not true either. But what I do know is that you know more than you're letting on. And that I know for a fact.
Do they tell you the truth, or they lie?
They told me the truth. And that's what I need to confirm with you. Because they're in a heap of shit, Victoria. They're in a lot of trouble. So I'm going to tell you right now. A lot of trouble.
Want to?
I need your help. Okay. I need you.
I didn't kill Eric.
What's that?
I didn't kill Eric. You would never find my prints on that gun.
Tell me about it. All of it. The truth.
Did it start with the text messages, or sooner than that?
Text messages.
And what happened with the text messages? Let's start there.
Text messages, not text messages.
Okay.
This is texting that called Kirk. And Konrad was kind of him from Kick.
And why was Konrad talking to Eric? Did they know each other? Did Eric and Konrad know each other? So how would they become in contact? How would they start talking to each other on this program?
I don't know. They were just all together. Because Eric was saying that he had money, and Konrad wanted to take it from him.
And Konrad wanted to take it from him?
Okay. I'm sorry, I missed that.
That Eric and Konrad are talking via Kicks. Is that what it's called? It's a texting program?
It's called Kicks. It's like a messenger type of thing.
Okay. And do you know how Konrad got Eric's phone number?
He doesn't have his phone number.
Or through this texting app? How would they have gotten in contact to begin with?
I was just using their phone to talk to him, and probably when I wasn't around, he was using the texting app to talk to me.
Okay, so maybe in his or something like that, the contact information was still there? Okay. And as they're talking, does Eric think he's talking to you, or is he aware that he's talking to somebody else? What do you think?
I honestly don't know. Obviously, Konrad wouldn't say who he was, so he's probably just trying to be me.
Okay. And so from this text, or when they're talking back and forth, what happens next?
Yes.
And we know that's not true. I've been honest with you. Okay, and I told you from the very beginning that I'd be honest with you. And I'm just hoping that you can return that same back to me. Okay, so let's start there. What are you scared of getting in trouble for? Did you hold the gun?
No.
Okay. Did you fire the trigger or pull the trigger?
David did.
David pulled the trigger? Okay. Were you there at a house or in a car or anything like that? So what makes you think that you're going to get in trouble?
Because I didn't know them.
Okay.
And that I know about it, and I didn't say anything.
Okay. But this is where you have a choice now that we're going to help you get through this and figure out what happened and stuff like that, okay? Is that how do we go from texting to here? What happens? A lot happens in between. So when they're texting on the phone...
I was taking hers. I was just talking to him like as friends. I just wrote him. And then there's a point in time where he was trying to have sex with me for money. And
Who?
Eric
and Poinciana.
Yes. Okay. And then I wasn't writing him anymore. Konrad. And I know what he was setting me up for.
Well, I think you know more. Well, what else? I mean, you're saying you think, and I'm confused. I thought you said Konrad is the one that did it. Now you're telling me David is?
They were together.
Was there anybody else? Okay, what else was spoken about? What were they driving?
Who?
The boys.
No, they only used his gas car.
So walk me through, like she said, from the Kick app to now, please. You're initially kicking it to him, right? On the app, talking back and forth. What was that conversation like?
No, I am just trying to remember.
And I understand that. I can't remember what I had for lunch today.
I don't remember. I honestly don't.
Okay.
But we were just talking as friends. And I don't
Did Konrad and David instruct you to do that? Or did you randomly just say, hey, let me talk to Eric?
No. I always ask them to use their phone. I wanted to talk to my friends. I don't want to be out of the social world.
Okay. At what point does Konrad take over the messaging with Eric?
I don't remember.
Same day? Same week?
I don't remember because, I was talking to him, and then I don't know because, Konrad doesn't have a phone, so he could have been using phones for something else, and he could have been writing to Eric, and I didn't know.
Whose phone were you using?
I was using Juan and David.
Juan and David is how you're using this program? Through both of their phones? Okay. How did you know that the conversation changed? How do you know that you're talking to him, and then at what point, how do you become aware Konrad's talking to Eric now?
I want to take pictures.
She's telling you, we know that you didn't kill Eric. What do you think he's going to jail for? Victoria. You're doing the right thing. I know you're scared out of your skull right now. But you have to trust me when I tell you, she knows, Detective McElroy knows, and myself, we know you can kill that kid. I know that. I know that for a fact. That's why I'm telling you, this is why we're trying to figure out what happened, because I know you know what happened. How's that? Were you involved? How were you involved? You were actually involved.
How is that? How are you involved?
When he started borrowing me money for sex, we needed rent money. Okay. That's when Konrad took over the phone, and I don't know what he was saying to him.
And then what happened?
They went to his house and killed him.
And how do you know that?
Because he came back after it happened, and he got his address and everything. Okay.
And what did they say?
They told me what happened.
Who did?
Konrad and David. And they came back with the PS3. It was still on TV. And we just kept talking about it. And that's why it hurts me so much, because he was my friend.
What did they say that they did when they were there?
He shot him in the face. Because he wanted money from him. And he didn't have money that he told him that he had.
Mm-hmm. Did they do anything else?
He just told me that they shot him. And they took his stuff.
Did they say with which gun that they shot him with?
Honestly, Konrad's. But you would not find my fingerprints on it.
Huh?
You would not find my fingerprints on that gun or nothing.
Okay. All right. I believe you. I believe you. What happened when they came back to the apartment? You said that they had some stuff with them. What did they do with that stuff?
They've been trying to sell the PS3, the Xbox, and TV.
And where is all that stuff now?
Honestly, I don't know. The TV was sold to somebody, I don't know who. And they went to, Konrad and David went to Poinciana last night to sell the PS3 and Xbox to a friend named Nelson. So when me and Juan were at the apartment today, not Reef Club, but his dad's, and he woke him up and he's like, oh, where's the rent money and stuff? So I can add it all up. Did you sell the PS3 and Xbox? And he was saying that he didn't. He kept falling back to sleep. He just kept falling back to sleep. He said that he didn't sell the PS3 and Xbox. So I don't know where that is. I don't know if it's in the car. I don't know if it's at Reef Club net. I didn't see it in Konrad's apartment. I don't know where the stuff is at.
I want you not to worry about that. Okay? That's why I had you sit this way and stuff, because I know that you're nervous, and I don't want you to be nervous about the camera. Okay? Because it's just us in here right now talking. Okay?
No, they cannot.
This is between us.
They're in a different part of the building. We didn't tell them you were here.
Who?
I did not tell any of these boys that you were here.
What, Warren?
Yes, any one of them.
They're in this building?
I told you that all the boys were here, and I spoke to all the boys.
Please be honest with me if you can answer this. Are they admitting to what they did?
And I'm telling you, they're telling me more stuff than I know, and that's the reason why I came back in here to speak to you.
So they say they got.
We can't.
I can't discuss that right now.
Okay.
But that's why I came in here asking you for your help, Victoria. And that's the truth. The truth is, Konrad is speaking to one of my detectives right now as we speak to you. And that's the reason why I'm here, because I'm listening to his conversations, and I know there's more to it than what you told me. And that's why I came here asking for your help. Do you understand? Welcome through that night. I'm sorry. Welcome through that night of the homicide.
I was with one at the apartment. And
Which apartment?
Beef Club.
Okay. When did David, there's a David and Konrad?
Yes.
When, at what time, and this is really important, what time did they go down to go see Eric? How do they know, and I know you mentioned this earlier, how do they know how to get to Eric's house?
I just asked for his address.
Do you guess or do you know?
I know.
Okay. I need you to be forthcoming, okay? Because right now, the hard part's over. This is the...
It's so hard to me.
And I understand it. I really do. But I'm convinced that you did not pull the trigger. Okay. And that's the reason why I'm coming at you this way. I'm trying to be polite and respectful and understanding of what the position you're in. Because you're in a tough spot right now. And I get that. I do. I don't want you. I want to be responsible who did that to Eric. Because Eric's mother is calling our office every day asking us what happened to her son and how come we haven't caught the bad guys. And you're my key. I could tell Eric's mother.
But it's not a matter of snitching. It's a matter of us talking about what happened. Okay, and that's...
They're already in trouble. To get Eric, do you realize what Konrad and what these guys are tied into? To get the homicide. Do you have any idea how many cases the Kissimmee Police Department has against those three?
I see it on the news all the time.
Okay, do you have any clue the heap of shit they're in? Just on that alone? They're in a world of hurt.
I don't want Juan to get in trouble. Juan didn't do anything.
Okay, well, this is why I need you to clarify each and every one of their involvement, specifically to the second if you can, because this is important. This is really important. And if you're trying to hide Juan's involvement...
Juan didn't do anything.
Okay, well, this is where we go back and forth, because I'm going to go back to Juan and ask him for his involvement. I'm going to go to Konrad and ask him for Juan's involvement. And they got to match, girl. They got to match. Do you see what I'm saying? If they don't match, then we have issues. But right now, we are investigating a homicide, guy that you are friends with. And you're worried about snitching these kids out, or are you worried about what Eric's family is thinking about right now, after they buried their son a couple of days ago?
That's the main reason why I didn't go to the funeral.
What's that?
That's another reason why I didn't go to the funeral.
Because you guilty.
I feel stupid because I know you killed your son. And I bring it up to them all the time.
You bring up what?
Bring up what they did to him.
And what do they say? And who do you speak to when you say these things?
Konrad and David.
And what's their reaction when you say that?
Konrad and David made us stop talking about it and just get it over with.
Get what over with?
Like stop talking about how Eric's dead and stuff like that.
You're saying that you and Juan were together at the Reef Club and not in the homicide. What apartment?
I don't know the apartment number.
Whose apartment?
Juan and David's.
Okay. Konrad and David go where from there?
They go to Point Sienna.
How do they get there?
Conrad's house car.
Describe that car for me.
Well, I can't describe it. Only the police can because the car was in front of the house. Conrad's house.
Have you ever been in Conrad's car?
Yes. Because we went to stores.
Is it a car? Is it an SUV? Is it a bus? Is it a van? Is
it's like a big...
a Volkswagen? What is it?
It's like a big SUV.
Okay. What color is the SUV?
One of the, like...
That's fine. Anything distinguishing on the vehicle itself? Broken taillight, tints, bumper stickers?
There's only one broken
rims.
window because...
There's only one?
There's only one broken window, center side and front seat, because me and Juan and Conrad's dad, he had to go to juvie. Not juvie, but he had to go meet up with the probation officer, and he knew he was going to fill his charge. He was like, oh, I can just call in, I don't have to go in and stuff, and we made him go in. And right when we, like, pulled up, he got so mad, and he just, like, hit the door. And he's like, oh, I can't believe I did that. I hit the window so many times.
Okay.
And it's never broken before.
So the window's broken, busted.
Not busted, but, like,
okay. Konrad and David hop in that SUV, Conrad's dad's, and they go to Point Sienna. You know that they know how to get to Eric's house because... How do you know that? How do they know how to get there?
Konrad, they have a GPS on the phone.
Okay, how do they get the address?
I guess Konrad asked.
You guess or you ask? Or you know?
I know.
How do you know?
He told me.
Who told you?
Konrad.
So Konrad told you that he asked for Eric's address and Eric gave it to him, thinking it was you? Okay. When did that conversation take place? The night of the homicide or prior to? The day of it, through the application? Through the app? Okay. Did you know what Konrad and David were going to do to Eric prior to them getting down there?
Yes, but I don't think it's going to kill.
What was the plan?
They're just going to take money because they needed rent money.
How do you know he had money?
Because he was bribing me to have sex when he did money. Eric.
He was what?
Eric was bribing me to have sex with him for money, and then Konrad had told me that he was asking for more and more money. He was making it black. And honestly, I didn't want to have no part of it, but like I was telling her, Konrad looks like an innocent boy. But I don't know what he got himself into. He's so violent, he likes to kill people.
Kill people like he's done this in the past?
He said he likes to kill people.
Oh. Okay, so you knew that these two boys were going to rob him for the money. How about Juan? He had to have known, if you knew.
But he didn't want a part of it, and like I told her, she has a daughter, he doesn't want part of it.
Okay, but he knew, though.
He knew, but he didn't go with him, he had no part of it.
Okay. They're not listening, I'm telling you, they're not. What time do they leave the apartment?
I want to say about 11 or before.
And on their way down to the apartment, did they call or text you or Juan?
Not that I remember. I think he did say when he got there.
He what?
I think he did say when he got there.
Who's they?
Konrad.
Konrad
And my dad, David.
David called or text who?
No, kicked.
Kicked. Another app.
No, it's the same app.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're not done with the link.
Yeah, I'm like grandpa here. I don't know any of this crap. So David kicked who?
Juan.
Juan at the apartment?
No, mine. I had my kick on.
Your kick on. Whose phone did you have?
I had Juan's because I was with Juan.
So he texted Juan's phone or your phone?
I
or
have
kicked?
a phone.
Okay, so you had Juan's phone. That's why I'm confused.
I had Juan's. David has it.
I understand. Okay, so David kicked Juan's phone, which you had in your possession. And in that kick, what did it say?
No.
About, in a roundabout way.
Hmm?
In a roundabout way, what did it
Just say, like, we're here.
Okay. Then what happened?
I didn't say anything back.
Okay. What's the next communication? What happened after that?
When he was saying he was on his way back.
On the kick? When was he coming back about? What time?
Let's say, like, 12. Or there. 12.
What else did they say on the kick?
He didn't say anything else.
Okay. Did they go anywhere else, or did they go straight to Reef Club?
What, after?
Yes.
Straight to Reef Club.
Okay. Juan and David and Konrad, get to Reef Club. What do they say?
They tell us what happened.
What exactly do they tell you?
That he didn't have the money that he said, and that he only had $300 out of him. And they showed us the PS3 and Xbox and the TV, and I felt so stupid is because I didn't want to say nothing. I had a party and I felt so stupid, and I just would have looked really stupid onto the funeral. And I even played from the Xbox. That's why I'm so scared. It's like I feel so stupid that I did this.
Who unloaded the gear from the truck or the SUV? I mean, how big is the TV? It was pretty. Who unloaded the TV from the truck?
Both of them.
Who's both?
David and Konrad.
Okay, so they take the TV, like a big-ass TV, they get it into what apartment?
It was there for a little bit, and then they took it away because Ariana was the girl, the prostitute in the house. We were having some problems with her, and then her dad lives in Reef Club, so she was like, oh, I'm going to go to my dad's house and tell him where I was staying, and he was going to call the police, and they had the stolen items in the house. So David and Konrad took them to Konrad's house, and I was at the house that they want.
So the big TV is at Konrad's house right now?
No, they sold it to somebody.
Who did they sell it to?
Somebody they knew, or on a...
Yeah, somebody they knew. I don't know who it was. It was just one of their friends. I don't know who they were.
Where's the Xbox?
You weren't in here when I was telling her about that. They left last night to go to Poinciana to their friend Nelson's house to sell the PS3 and the Xbox too, but when Juan was asking him about it today, he said he doesn't know where it is. Not he doesn't know where it is, he didn't sell it. And then he's like, where is there? And David went back to sleep. But we did not see the PS3 or Xbox in the house. I don't know.
Since the morning of the homicide.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
When they came back...
Yes, it was in Juan's house where I was staying at. It was in there, but when Ariana was threatening us with her dad, Konrad and David took the stuff to his house, and it was there for like a good 3 days or more, about 3 days, because they wanted to play the Xbox there. They didn't turn on the PS3 yet, but they wanted to play the Xbox. The TV had already been sold to somebody. So they went to Poinciana to sell it, and he didn't sell it because he didn't want it now. The Nelson kid. Nelson didn't want to buy it from him. So we don't know I don't know where that stuff is. It's not in Konrad's house. It's not in Juan's. I don't know where it is. Well, I haven't been to Juan's house.
Where does Juan live?
Reef Club.
Also in Reef Club?
Yeah, I live with Juan, Dave, my girl.
Okay. So, again, when they came back from Eric's place and they had the TV, and you said you played the Xbox yourself, right? So they brought the Xbox in, they brought the PlayStation 3 in. What else did they have? What else did they take from him, if anything?
Just the PS3 and Xbox TV, and they have $300 in it.
Did they mention anything else? And I need you to think really hard.
Not that I know of.
Are you sure?
Did you see anything else that didn't belong to them? Whether they mentioned it or not? Did you see stuff that didn't look like it was theirs when they left?
Konrad took New York identification cards.
What?
There is 2 identification cards, and I don't know if it's Eric's mom or his aunt, but it shows a girl on the New York identification card, the license, and then it shows a guy on the other one. And Konrad said, if I go to prison, Konrad said he wasn't keep the IDs. I went there at, but he said he was going to give them to his homeboy, and he said if I go to prison for Eric, my homeboy is going to kill the 2 people if he goes to prison for killing her.
And could you tell which 2 people were in the picture? You said one was female and one was male?
Yeah, they're Indian. I don't know if I don't remember names. It was just New York license. New York license. I don't know where they're at now. I don't know who has them.
Besides the ID cards, what else did you see?
That's it. Just
You said it was 2 ID cards?
Yes, I don't know where they're at.
And nothing else? You sure?
They did take their phones.
Okay. Tell me about that.
And they're smashed up.
What kind of phone was it?
I don't remember. It was like a smartphone. And then an iPod.
You saw it smashed up?
I didn't see when it happened. I don't know who did it.
You saw the phone, and you said it was smashed? Was it one of these phones? Was it one of these phones?
It was one of those.
One of these phones?
Not the exact same
No, I
kind,
got you,
but it's a touchscreen.
Touchscreen?
And I don't know who did it. I just seen all the stuff in a bag, like the cards, phone, and a Ziploc bag, and I don't know who smashed it.
Where's that Ziploc bag?
I don't know.
Where was the last place that you saw it?
Probably his house.
Whereabouts in his house?
In his closet.
Which closet?
It was on the counter, but then I was hiding in the closet because I don't want to be a runaway. I don't want to get taken away because I was a runaway, and I seen it in the closet.
And that was as of today? You saw the bag? Okay, which closet were you hiding in?
I wasn't really hiding. I was in there. There's only a closet. Like, when you walk in the house, there's his bedroom, there's a closet, and then the bathroom. So when you're in the bathroom, you can get to the closet in the room. So the closet's right there.
I'm sorry, in the bathroom or in the bedroom or a closet in between the 2?
Closet between the 2.
Okay. And whereabouts in the closet was it again?
I was so tired.
You hungry?
A little bit.
I could see if there's someone go to a drive-thru if you're hungry. What do you want to eat?
Doesn't matter. I'm not picky.
Okay, I'll get you something. What's the last thing you ate? Really?
Right before the cops came, I was eating a bag of fun.
Burger and fries, all right? Burger and fries, okay?
But I haven't ate. Like, the last time I checked, it was sick. So I haven't eaten.
Okay. We'll get you some food.
Did you see what else was in that bag? You said the phones, the IDs.
Necklace that David was using. There was gloves in there, like David was using, I guess. I don't know. There were just gloves in there. I don't know who was wearing them, but there was gloves in there.
What color were the gloves?
They were just white gloves that you use, like tattoo. Because they have gloves in the apartment because they're tattoo artists. Not licensed, but they do tattoos. That's how one has tattoos and stuff. He did some of his, or David did most of his. So they had gloves in there because they were tattoo artists. And they were just clear gloves, and I don't know.
What did they say they shot Eric with?
Konrad's gun.
What kind of gun is that?
Rifle.
What caliber rifle?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about guns.
Okay. He has a rifle?
Takes it everywhere he goes. Konrad. He sleeps with it.
Yeah?
That's his girl. It's like his girlfriend. Nobody can replace that. But I mean, like I told her, there'll be some times Juan and we're going out. Juan knows that that body's on it. He doesn't want him to bring it. So he physically, like, yells at him. It's like, you need to put it inside the house. You need to leave it inside your house. So he grabs a blanket and just carries it inside. When the detectives came today, the gun was by the door. And then, so he's like, oh, the gun's by the door. It's kind of funny. Juan's over there pooping on the toilet. And they're banging on the door. And I'm telling Konrad's dad, he's dead. So I'm like telling him, knocking on the door. And he went out and talked to them. And he's still freaking pooping. He's like, the gun. And honestly, I don't want him to get in trouble. I know there's spots on it, so I grabbed the gun. And Juan put it on the washer. That's where Dave fucked up, excuse my language. David threw it behind the washer. So when the detectives were asking where the gun was, they're telling us we need to find that gun. With the detective that was in earlier, he was putting his finger on my face like, I need that gun. And I was looking for it because I don't know where it went. I knew it was sitting on that washer, and when I went back, it wasn't in there. David threw it behind the washer, and then they had found it.
Do you see the importance of why all these detectives are talking to you, the importance of the information that you're giving us right now being the utmost truth? Because what's going to happen between you and the rest of these guys that are involved in this? Again, I know that you didn't pull the trigger, but it is extremely important to continue the honesty right now, and I do appreciate you being honest because I know you're so scared right now, and you're torn between your friends over here and Eric, your friend down there. But I'm telling you right now, you're doing absolutely the right thing. I know you don't feel like you are, but you're young, and I'm telling you, you'll feel differently as time goes by. And you're going to see what I mean by that when you do get older. And that's the reason why we're talking to you like this, because you're it. You're my key. You're the reason why I'm going to go to Eric's mom and say, you know what, Victoria, she did the right thing. She did the right thing. She has a heart. She has a soul. She was remorseful, and she told us everything that happened to your son. Do you understand that? And that's where we go. That's our guest. This is why this is so important for you to tell us all of it.
I just keep getting bored. I want to see you. They keep asking everything.
Well, right now we can't, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Right now it's because we have to get all... Okay. Hey, when you come back, can you grab my drink?
Yeah.
The thing is, okay, is because we're trying to figure out, and we want... Look at me, Victoria, okay? Is that we want to figure out, too, is that... I know right now that you're very loyal to Juan, so I don't want to push you too hard as far as what the truth or not the truth is with Juan, okay? I worry that because you're telling me you don't want to get him in trouble, that you might not tell me the full truth with him.
I didn't do it, I promise. He was in the bed.
So is what Juan going to tell us going to be consistent with what you're saying?
I don't know what he's going to say, because they're all friends, and they're not going to send each other out. Okay. Like, I don't know what Konrad says, I don't know what David's saying, I don't know what Juan's saying.
Well, I want you to not feel guilty, because obviously, I mean, I've been in here talking with you. Okay. So I don't know what any of them are saying. But clearly, it sounds like Konrad is saying something regarding as far as being involved in this. Okay, there's a reason why my partner came in here with more information, is because obviously something more was disclosed. And usually when people... Huh?
I don't want to know what's going on.
Okay. And part of our thing is doing our job is I can't tell you everything that they're saying, just like I'm making you the same promise, is I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to tell them what you're saying. Okay? I know. And hopefully you'll be able to. I just don't know when.
Detectives were able to determine Victoria's lies during this interrogation. They were able to reveal Victoria was present during the homicide, and she was originally charged with second-degree murder. She was originally sentenced to 30 years in Florida State Prison, but recently had her sentence reduced to 12 years. Her current release date, December of 2023.